Hey Pat, how are you today?
Oh, hey Rob, I'm doing good. Thanks for coming by.
No, I really appreciate you setting this time aside. I know you're busy. How was your weekend?
Uh, it was busy. How was yours?
Busy with fun or busy with work?
Work, busy with work. Yeah,
Really?
it was still busy.
Well, that's good. That's definitely good. I mean, it's good and bad to be busy, right? We all love it when we're busy and then we hate it when we're not. So,
Absolutely. And in business, yes, I like being busy, but because it pays the bills. I appreciate it.
yeah, yeah. Well, listen, I don't want to take a whole lot of your time today. I appreciate you meeting with me. Obviously, we understand the situation that you're in. So today, like we mentioned, Herc Rentals is the premier rental company, right? We're a large company, and so today's meeting, I really just want to understand a little bit about your needs.
Okay.
So, do you have a current rental supplier? What do you rent most commonly? And then from there, I'm kind of just gonna find ways that I can either maybe fix some situations or better
Okay.
kind of your rental experience. So let's talk about what equipment you're renting most often. I know you mentioned boom lifts on the call. Do you rent anything else?
I do. So I rent backhoes and forklifts and some hauls, and I rent those from different suppliers.
Okay. So how many different suppliers would you say that you're renting from?
If I had to guess, really at least 10.
10.
Each of our equipments, we're fishing it out to different suppliers to get what we need
Wow,
and
10
the
is a
time we
lot.
need it. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a lot of work.
So those 10 rental or those 10 suppliers, are you renting from them just, it's Tuesday and you feel like calling this supplier, or is it because someone else didn't have something, or is it price or serviceability? Kind of break that down to me. Why you have
Yeah.
10?
So for us, the two big things, honestly, is availability.
Okay.
We need the equipment when we need it
Okay.
for our jobs, and then also, for us, sometimes things break down. We have to take them back to the supplier, so that's an issue for us, a pretty big issue.
So you're taking them back. The suppliers aren't bringing the stuff to you?
They're not maintained, so they'll bring them to us, but they won't come to maintain them.
Okay.
That's the big issue.
Okay. And you find that with all 10 of your suppliers.
I think there's only one that will actually come out, but we still have to wait a few days before they show up. So
Wow.
for us, it's an issue. That's one of the reasons why I go to so many different places just to find what I need.
Wow. That sounds hectic. It's,
Tiring, yes.
yeah, yeah, I bet. And I'm sure your office personnel isn't thrilled about it either.
Not at
Uh,
all.
So you mentioned two things, availability and serviceability.
Yes.
So let's start with the availability piece. So when you have a job coming up and you know you're going to need equipment, are you finding out that day that you need equipment? Do you know two, three, maybe a week in advance? What does that look like for you?
So for us, for our jobs that we do, we know pretty much about 2 or sometimes 3 days, but generally speaking, on average, 2 days before,
Okay.
that we need an equipment.
Okay. And so then when you call the company, are they able to get it to you that day that you need it?
No.
Wow.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they can't.
Okay.
Um, you know, and for us, because of the projects we work on, everything is time sensitive. Time is money, and sometimes it just can't deliver on the time frame we need it delivered.
Wow. And then the other thing that you mentioned was serviceability. So
Yeah.
are you finding that primarily it's when something breaks and what does that kind of look like? So you've rented a scissor lift from ABC Rental and then
Right.
it starts leaking hydraulic fluid on your job
Mhm.
site, which obviously shuts down the machine, right? And it's
Yes,
a
it
safety
does.
hazard and all the things. So what is their kind of service time frame there?
Generally, so I had a similar incident to that a week ago, and the vendor that we rented that lift from, right, it took him about a little over 2 days to actually show up at the job site where literally we couldn't do anything with that lift. It was just there, so it took him a little bit over 2 days just to show up and fix that.
And
That was money lost.
was he able to fix it after those 2 days?
He
Okay.
was,
Okay. Good.
but he still lost a lot of money.
Yeah, no, that's 2 days of downtime that you still have to pay your guys and you're
Exactly.
yeah, that's a lot. Okay. Well, Listen, it sounds like there's a couple things that I think that Herc Rentals can help you with. One,
Okay.
the all of the equipment that you mentioned that you're renting, we have, right? So we're, like I
All of
mentioned at the beginning of the call, absolutely all of them. We have about 270 locations, and so that offers a very large fleet size, right? But
yeah.
every branch we carry a little bit of everything because we want to be that one-stop shop for our clients. We want them to be able to
Okay.
call, one person and say, hey, I need 5 scissor lifts, a
Okay.
backhoe, and then maybe
Yes.
a dump truck, right? So be able to sustain all of that.
You just
The
described
other,
my job.
yeah, the other thing that you mentioned too was availability. And it sounds like if you're giving your vendors 2 or 3 days, that they should be able to supply those things in those 2 or 3 days when you say you need them. I have 3 different trucks running out of my branch that's close by to us. So
Okay.
availability as far as scheduling is not an issue. Am I
Okay.
going to be 20 minutes late because traffic? Maybe, right? But that's because traffic.
Right.
But someone will call you and say, hey, we're running late. That's how we do
Okay.
things. The other thing that you mentioned was serviceability. 2 days to get to a broken scissor lift is not an option. Just not going to happen. If you call me at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, am I going to get there that day? Maybe not. But I'll get there the next morning. That will
Okay.
happen. Absolutely. And if my field service mechanic can't fix it, then I'll bring you
Yeah.
another one. My truck driver will come out,
Really.
take the broken piece of equipment off your site, bring you a piece of equipment that is functioning, because we
Okay.
understand that my equipment is affecting your money, right? So
Yeah,
we
but how
want
much
that.
is that going to cost me though?
So to send a service mechanic out for a broken piece of equipment
Yeah.
doesn't cost you anything because it's my fault it broke, right? So
Really?
I've got in-house mechanics that look at things before rentals, and then after rentals. And then if
Okay.
something happens where a hydraulic line breaks or the battery dies or any of those things that you can't control, I
Okay.
shouldn't charge you for that, right? So that's
I
not,
agree.
yeah, that's not fair to you. Um, so how do you think all of that sounds?
I mean, it sounds pretty good, better than what I'm getting now. I just need someone who's going to be able to deliver on all of these promises.
Sure, absolutely. And that's, one thing that we take pride in, because at the end of the day, I'm not any different than your 10 vendors, right? Except for my people. My people are what's different and they take pride in what they do. And so that's going to be, I think, where you'll see your driving force. Plus, for your office personnel, they're only going to have to talk with one person instead of 9 and
Really.
trying to keep all those invoices accurate and make sure everybody gets paid. It's one company. And
So all
really,
of the each equipment doesn't come with another guy. It's just
correct.
you.
Just me. Yep.
Okay.
You might hear from obviously my truck drivers or
Yeah.
mechanics or maybe our office coordinator, but other than that, you can deal with me. And I'll be able to see all of your invoices. So if you have a question as far as billing, you can contact me. Um, and that's the other thing too, is as you grow your business with us, we can set you up with an online portal so you can see your account and all your invoices and really kind of expand that partnership between our two companies.
Okay.
So if everything sounds good, what I'd like to do is go ahead and set up another meeting with you.
Okay.
We can look to do it next week whenever fits your schedule. I will put some numbers down on paper as far
Yeah.
as we'll start with scissor lifts, boom lifts, and backhoes, if that's okay.
Yep. That'll work.
Perfect. And then the pricing will be broken down into 3 different ranges: daily, weekly, and monthly, so that you can
Okay.
see how we rent our equipment.
Yeah.
And kind of the other stuff that goes along with that, including our RPP, which is our rental protection plan.
Okay.
So I will be back in your area next Thursday. Is
Okay.
morning or afternoon better for you?
Um, afternoon. Yeah.
Afternoon's better?
That'll work
Okay.
better.
Do you want to do like early afternoon or towards the end
Um,
of the day?
let's do let's do 4:30 if that works.
4:30? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, plan to see me next Thursday at 4:30, and I will have some
Okay.
quotes ready for you, and then maybe after that we can do some business.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thanks, Pat. We'll see you later.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Bye.